Murph, as first games of the season go, that was a bit of a cracker, you put it?
I'm sure it was enjoyable for both sets of fans. Obviously more for us than obviously the Longford supporters, because I genuinely thought it was a really good game of football. It was nice to see two teams obviously playing on the front foot. We obviously got off to the worst possible start. You probably could have. To be fair, we hung in there. We got ourselves back into the game. We had a normal shot at half time, try to pass on some more information on maybe how to stop them from creating some of the chances that they had created. To be fair to the players, they took that on board, and we kept going, and you know, in the end we popped up with a late winner through Mark. So look, it's been an interesting first game, but look, it's always nice to start with a win, so we have to be well pleased with that.
Yeah, a big boost for the couple of debutants as well there, Mark and Success, and even David Colley putting in a big shift in the middle of the park. You know, you must be very pleased with that. Yeah,
you spoke to me midweek about obviously the players that we had lost through injury, and obviously the players that we had lost from other aspects of the game, you know, Floody having to go back to America, and people talked about key players. I have openly from day one spoke to the players and said it's a group, you know, there are no individuals that are a team, and I want them to become a team, and I think tonight they've done that. Even the changes that we made were positive. The substitutes impact the game. A lot has been documented of the players unavailable. I would prefer to talk about the players that are available, because as I've always said, they're the only players can affect the game, and tonight quite a few affected the game, and that includes the guys that never got on the field to play it tonight. You know, they still played a huge part in, you know, the encouragement from the dugout as well. So look, I couldn't be happier. I don't think it's something that you could do every week. I don't know if my hair would stay as ginger as it is because it's going really grey, and B, I don't think my heart rate could stick it either. But look here, that's football. Sometimes you're in the end of that result and it's a positive, and other times you're in the end of that result and it's a negative. And tonight, fortunately for us, we're on the positive side.
Yeah, and I suppose if you want to take a negative, another injury picked up as well, Darren, you know, kind of starting to rack up a wee bit, you know, but any prognosis on him?
Yeah, well, I think it's something to do with the thigh. Again, it's always very hard you always have to wait till the next day, so it'll be something for Nicola to look at. She'll be in contact with him over the weekend, and we'll see how he is. And again, if it's an injury that keeps him out for a few weeks, we've seen the impact of Mbule and Chris. So again, hopefully Sean O'Donnell won't be too long that he's maybe venturing back as well. So, but again, I don't want to put a time frame, and it's not, you know me, Nigel, now long enough. I don't keep anything from the media. As soon as I know, you guys will know, but at the moment it's just a matter of you ice it and then you see how it reacts in the morning, and then we take it from there.
Yeah. And Conor Turish, another man missing tonight, a late addition to the injury list.
Yeah, Thursday, Conor became a late addition again. It's opened an opportunity for Matty and Noah to go in there in the back four, and I thought the whole back four outside the first 10 minutes of the game done really well, especially second half. They played like defenders. They're probably sick of me saying that to them, but I have always said how you defend one 18-yard box and how you attack the other normally determines how the game pans out. Certainly second half we defended our 18-yard box very well, and we did give it a real go the other way, and we're fortunate enough to end up with a 3-2 win.
Yeah, and you talked midweek, I suppose, about when we were chatting about players departing, that the squad will play the key part, and surely did that tonight with the boys missing.
Yeah, again, I spoke to the squad at length. Our game plan was to try and stay in the game. I was just about to make the two changes. I was about to bring on Chris and Max Hutchison, and we went two each. To be fair to my backroom staff, they told me to sit down and have a think. Is that, you know, did you still want to make them changes? I took the 2 or 3 minutes, analysed it. I've been trying to drill belief into the players all along. My thought process behind it was to go and try and win the game. I explained that to the two boys coming off, Dixie and Stephen. It wasn't performance related. It was they had done their job, and I thought at that stage when we get back to 2 each and created a few chances that we could go on and win it, and I wanted to make a positive change, and I made the 2 positive changes in Chris and Max, and thankfully for me it worked out. Sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't, but again, I'll stick to it. managers only make them types of decisions. Players win games and players lose games, and tonight our players stood up and won the game.
Yeah, good crowd down from Balfay as well tonight. You know, the vocal throughout the game, and hopefully a big crowd in Finn Park next week for our first home game too.
There was definitely a big crowd of them down, yeah, and I'm sure it'll be an enjoyable bus journey back to Ballybuffet, I would say. I know there's quite a few rowdy ones on that bus, but no, look, all I said to the players in there was the club has obviously been well documented with disappointments about stadiums and relegation, but the fans have always stood by them and stood by the football club. All I asked them before the game was to give them some hope. And I think tonight they've maybe given them some hope, but you've got to build on that. There's no point giving people a wee bit of hope and then it all evaporating very quickly. So you're right, we will recover, enjoy, and then come Monday we'll be ready to go again for a massive game against Cork. You look at Cork's attendance last night at home at over 5,000, 5,500. I think it was the second biggest attendance in Ireland. So it just goes to show you they have a big following. They'll obviously come to Finn Park wanting to win the game. We'll work every bit as hard on how to assess Cork's strengths and assess Cork's weaknesses and try and get that information to the players and then hopefully be able to carry a game plan out on Friday evening.